Yo, what's up? Welcome back to the Haunted Basement Studio. I'm your host, Triple B, dude, and I'm actually gonna do a movie review. Again, no, it's not Red Sonja. Don't worry, that spoiler review will be come out soon. But now we're gonna talk about Marvel Studios Thunderbolts. Wait, what? I think this thing just came out on Disney Plus. I came home, my daughters were watching TV. I'm like, you know what? I need the living room. It's time for me to watch something. And I was gonna click off of Disney Plus. What did I see right there? I saw Thunderbolts. I was like, no way. I hit play right then and there. Now, was this movie any good? You're gonna have to stay tuned for the next 5 minutes to find out, baby. So really what this is going to be, if you've already seen the movie, because I'm just going to talk about a bunch of stuff that I liked about this movie. And if you've never seen the movie, you're going to be like, what the heck is he talking about? So I think this movie pretty much is like Black Widow Part 2, because you got Yelena right there, Black Widow, Natasha's sister, because we all know what happened to Black Widow. She died, right? And so like this is almost kind of like a crime, not a crime, but like a spy thriller at the beginning, how she's narrating what all these jobs that she does, and she's just not happy with her life, and she just goes to work, kills a bunch of dudes. And the beginning scene is freaking rad as hell, because she's taking down all these people. An above shot fight scene, choreographed very well. I thought that was pretty sick. And like we're just gonna follow her throughout this story, and we're gonna like jump around from around. I'm not going to go talk about all the different Thunderbolts characters in this, even though I got my phone right here telling me their names so I don't forget anything. But yeah, I mean, we get, the Winter Soldier showing back up, and he kind of is like a congressman or something in this. There's a lot of pieces going on. We get the U.S. agent, and like he's the new Captain America for only like 2 seconds because he kills somebody like on live TV. And like how Wyatt Russell plays this character, like, man, he's a dick. And they're like, throughout it, they're like, man, you are a dick. And he's like, well, he is. He's a dickhead, man. And then we get David Harbour playing the Red Guardian, which he was like the comic relief. I thought it was pretty damn funny. I laughed out loud for a lot of times with his one-liners. He definitely brought laughs into this movie. And of course, we get Elaine in it, Julia Louis-Dreyfus rocking it out as, what was her name? Freaking, no, that's not gonna work. God damn. She was trying to run she becomes the villain in this story, and like she's actually sends all of the Thunderbolts to this area to like almost pretty much kill each other, because everyone else is somebody else's target. But then all of a sudden, this dude Bob shows up, played by Lewis Pullman from freaking The Strangers Prey at Night, right? And like he's like, I don't know what I'm doing here. He doesn't know what's going on. But like he is going to be our main villain in this one. He becomes the Sentry and the Void. And I thought that when he finally comes out and like he becomes the Sentry and he starts turning the whole New York into like black shadows, like into the Void, it really could have went more horror. They actually did like a horror theme right there, but they just kind of played it a little bit safe. If they would have went a little bit harder in the horror right there, it would have been great. I did dig it. I think his performance of the Sentry, I think he knocked it out of the park, man. He really did stand out in this movie. And of course, Yolanda, she was another standout in this one. And you just kind of have all the other characters just filling in. And like how they like made them a team, like they're not a team. And like the Thunderbolts was Yolanda's soccer team that never won one game back in the Soviet Union. I thought that was pretty funny how they brought that in. The character's name, like, no, did you guys just like name us the Thunderbolts? It's like, wait, what? Pretty funny. The chemistry between the whole cast was great. And like throughout the whole movie, I was enjoying it. There was not one part I was bored at all. I was intrigued throughout the whole film run of it. It was great. And just kind of knowing where it went, because like you knew there was something going on with Bob, before he becomes the Sentry. And I thought that was so cool when he finally does get him, when he gets to the Louis-Dreyfus's character, she being like the bad guy, like, I can control you, and like they have a kill switch on him, like in case he doesn't listen to him, they can just like kill him. And so that's what happens, because like she wants him, the Sentry, to kill the Thunderbolts, kill them all. He's like, why would I kill them? Like they can't even hurt me. And like he's so freaking powerful, almost like Superman, and like he kicks the shit out of the Thunderbolts. And like she's like, well, you should have killed him. He's like, I ain't gonna kill him. They're no threat to me, And she's like, oh really? And like he senses that she's gonna try to kill him. And like before that she can hit that switch, he takes her down. But she drops the switch, and her assistant, which plays a big part in this, comes and like hits that kill switch, and he drops down, and they just think that he's dead. And they're like, go send the cleanup crew to clean up the body up in the penthouse. And when they get up there, there's no body here. And that's when you see him up in the sky, and he's all black, dude. It's like a fucking shadow. Way cool. And then he brings the whole shadow void over New York, and like the Thunderbolts, like Yolanda, she's like, I think that the only way to stop him is like, I know Bob. Like they kind of had like a little chemistry at the beginning of the movie. If I go into the void, maybe I can stop this. And like, it's either, she doesn't know, if you step into that void, into that darkness, that you could die, because that's what it seems like it's doing to everybody else. And so she steps right into the darkness, and her dad, the Red Soldier, the Red Guardian, sees that, and then she just like drops the shadows. And he's like, no, and he's just like, oh my god. So he's seeing his daughter die, freaking crazy as hell. But they all decide that maybe Yolanda is up to something. Maybe she's not dead, and the only one way to find out is that they got to go into the void themselves. And so they do that, man. They freaking get to like the child, the normal naive Bob there, not fighting the Sentry, because the Sentry's up there just, taking people down in the shadows, in the void, and they have to like convince him to stop. And like kind of like how it ended was this, Bob was punching the void over and over and over again, but that's what the void wanted, so that Bob would end up like, becoming completely evil. And you got the Thunderbolts there, were able to like pull him out of that and not be totally evil. And then freaking they win. And then like the void, the shadow over New York slowly disappears. And then freaking as they land, like Bob's like, what the heck just happened? I don't know. He's like back, like brain dead, like amnesia. He has no idea what this the hell happened. And like they're like, oh, there's freaking Dreyfus right there. There's Lane. We need to freaking kill her. And like as they like walk out, to where she's at, there's a big old camera crew and a bunch of freaking fans in New York. And she's like, this is the new Avengers. Like she tricked them into that. And they're like, and Yolanda walks up to her and she's like, we still own you, or we can get you whatever we want. But like how they made it then become the new Avengers was great. And the ending title scene was awesome, because all the different headlines is like what everybody's talking in real life. Oh, this is the B Avengers and all that stuff. It was cool as hell. There was that one part where, the Red Guardian was like, we can get put on the Wheaties box and stuff. And at the end credits scene, there he is, the new Avengers on the Wheaties box. And he's like trying to get this lady to buy, hey, look, this is me on the box. I thought it was good. So I know I went way over 5 minutes, but man, I thought it was great. The movie's a solid 8 out of 10. It was a great MCU movie. I'm so glad that I watched it. I did skip it. I didn't watch it in the movie theaters. Right when it came on my little screen in my home theater in my own house, I watched it and I had a great freaking time with it. So if you haven't checked it out, go watch it. What are you waiting for? It's a damn good comic book movie. All right, man, that's it. Triple B's is out of the Haunted Basement Studio, and I want you guys to like the video, subscribe only if you want to, and you keep it haunted. Comics. Laters.